fifth child of 10 children. Crazy, right? Growing up in a large household, primarily girls, we're expected to take care of one another. We're expected to be truthful, to be fair, and to work together to build stronger relationships with one another. Now, I'm not gonna lie. It is hard to live peacefully when you have 7 sisters. There's fighting, fighting, and a whole lot of crying. However, I've noticed that some of our best memories have come from when we were being truthful, fair, and kind. I'm a fairly neat person. If you go into my bedroom, you'll see that my bed's made, my clothes neatly folded and put away, and my desk nicely organized. But for some reason, my little siblings find it entertaining to come into my room when I'm not home, mess up as much as they can, and then come up with some outrageous story like a squirrel got in the house and they chased it all around my room trying to catch it. Now, patience isn't my strong suit, so I normally respond in a very angry manner, like yelling a lot. But if I had been told the truth to begin with, I may have handled the situation in a kinder manner. If I approached my little brother and asked him why my room looks like the aftermath of a tornado, and he responded with the truth, I may have responded kinder. Honesty is hard, especially if we're the one in the fault. However, if we begin with the truth, things will most likely turn out better for us than if we started with a lie. Not only does honesty come into practice when living in a household of 12 people, but so does fairness. Growing up, I thought it was so incredibly unfair that my older siblings got to stay up until 10 and I had to go to bed at 8. Or that my sister got to spend the summer in Florida with her friend's family and I was stuck in Jackson, Tennessee all summer. Currently, I'm struggling with the fact that whether or not it's fair, my 4 older siblings each had cars in high school, and I still don't have one. Nevertheless, when it comes to fairness, we have to take into consideration the circumstances. Obviously, I couldn't stay up until 10 when I was 5 years old because I was a child and my parents knew I needed rest. Britt Hume, an American political commentator and journalist for the ABC News, states, "Fairness is not an attitude. It's a professional skill that must be developed and practiced." We have to practice fairness just like we would practice for a piano recital or a soccer game. It's crucial that we practice so that when we are tested, we can prove we're capable of being fair. I haven't always appreciated having a lot of siblings. It wasn't until I entered high school that I started to truly appreciate them. I quickly learned being a teenage girl in high school is hard. The sports are harder, the work is harder, and the people are harder to please. However, going through these things allowed me to grow closer to my older sisters who had already experienced them. My relationships with my sisters has grown tremendously since I entered high school. They support me in everything I do, give me advice whenever I ask for it, and show me unconditional love every single day. If it wasn't for going through the same things as we did and trusting each other by being honest, fair, and kind, our relationships could be drastically different. The unity that I've seen in my family has made my life peaceful, drama-free, and ultimately happy. But it took each 12 of us to decide whether or not we wanted to honor one another by being truthful, fair, working to build stronger relationships, and making sure what we're doing is beneficial to the whole. It's been beneficial to my family because it's made our home a kind of safe haven. Walt Whitman, an essayist, poet, and journalist, states, "To keep your face always to the sunshine, and the shadows will fall behind you." By following simple guidelines such as the 4-way test, we can determine whether or not something in our life is beneficial or detrimental. It allows us to evaluate our life and discover what we want to accomplish. Now, I know to many of you, living in a household of 12 people sounds like a nightmare. But by following simple guidelines, such as being honest, fair, working together to build strong relationships, and making sure what we're doing is beneficial to the whole, has made my life really not that crazy.